Hi guys, welcome back to my class. I'm your Korean teacher, Emma. Last time, we learned about some connective endings that are helpful in describing the contributing factors involved in a situation and to outline what does or does not cause a certain situation to occur. As I mentioned before, what we're going to learn today isn't new material. You've already encountered quite a few sentences with the endings 은, 는, 을, and learn that they enable verbs and adjectives to modify the nouns that precede them. Let's learn some expressions that are used frequently in daily life that incorporate these endings in them. Before that, though, let's take a look at the vocabulary you're going to use throughout the lesson. Repeat after me out loud as a memory aid. 라면, 오코노미야키, 돼지고기, 꺼내다, 고량주, 많이, 차리다, 갖다, 굽다, 기다리다, 찾다, 수프, 끓이다, 좋다, 아주. Okay, let's get started. Some of you might think that this expression looks quite familiar, and yes, you've actually come across this before. First, 것. It is a type of noun and is usually used in formal situations or in written language to refer to a certain thing or fact. You may hear 거 a lot before, as in 을 거예요, which is to describe a future tense, and this 거 is actually the same as 것, but is usually used in spoken language or in informal situations. Next, 는 is the ending used to allow the verb or an adjective to modify the noun that follows it. It's similar to the way ing enables some verbs to work as modifiers in English, like when we say a knowing person. So 은것, 는것 is one easy way to make a verb or an adjective work as a noun in a sentence. Let's dig deeper regarding the usage of this grammatical rule. When you're using 이다, 아니다 or an adjective, by attaching 은, you're implying that this is a current situation. If the stem ends in a final consonant other than 리을, 은것 should follow as in 작은 것, something small. If the stem ends in a vowel or the consonant 리을, then 니은것 should be attached as in 요리사인 것, the fact that someone is a cook, 큰 것, something big. When this 은 is attached to a verb stem, then it is describing a past situation, not a current one. The rule about the endings is the same as for an adjective and 이다 아니다. When it ends in a consonant except for 리을, then it's 은것. If it ends in a vowel or the consonant 리을, then add 니은것. For example, if you say 아람이가 좋아한 것은 라면이에요, 니은것 is attached to the verb 좋아하다. So it would mean what Aram liked before is 라면, not that she likes 라면 now. Then which version of this ending should be attached to a verb stem to indicate a current situation? It is 는, as in 아람이가 좋아하는 것은 라면이에요. Aram currently likes 라면. This 는 can also be attached to 있다 없다, as in 학교에 있는 것이 좋아요. I like being in school. 맛있는 것을 주세요. Give me something yummy. When using 는, it doesn't matter whether or not the stem ends in a vowel or a consonant. Keeping that in mind, let's watch this video and notice how the points we just covered are put into practice.
아람이가 좋아한 것은 라면이에요.
히토미가 만든 것은 오코노미야키예요.
저는 돼지고기로 요리한 것을 좋아해요.
카이가 꺼낸 것은 고량주예요.
어제 로안이 먹은 것은 불고기예요.
Now, please pause the video for a moment and say these sentences out loud on your own. Then replay the video to check your answers. What Aram liked in the past and to like, 좋아하다 is a verb. So 아람이가 좋아한 것은 라면이에요. Ramen is a type of instant noodles. You can make it just by boiling noodles that have been previously fried and dried, then adding powdered soup mix to it. 히토미가 만든 것은 오코노미야키예요. 조는 돼지고기로 요리한 것을 좋아해요. 카이가 꺼낸 것은 고량주예요. 어제 로한이 먹은 것은 불고기예요. 아람이는 카이가 요리사인 것을 알고 있어요. Good job. Now, as a practice session, please repeat after me out loud. 아람이가 좋아한 것은 라면이에요. 히토미가 만든 것은 오코노미야키예요. 조는 돼지고기로 요리한 것을 좋아해요. 카이가 꺼낸 것은 고량주예요. 어제 로한이 먹은 것은 불고기예요. 아람이는 카이가 요리사인 것을 알고 있어요. Now we are going to learn a new expression that incorporates 은것, 는것 in it, one that indicates the speaker's assumptions. While watching the following video, please try to figure out which expression it is.
아람이가 음식을 많이 차린 것 같아요.
조는 맥주를 많이 마신 것 같아요.
카이는 불고기를 많이 먹은 것 같아요.
어제는 눈이 많이 온 것 같아요.
카이가 빵을 굽는 것 같아요. 로안이 빵을 기다리는 것 같아요. 조는 음료수를 찾는 것 같아요. 지금 밖에 비가 오는 것 같아요.
카이가 뜨거운 수프를 끓일 것 같아요. 추울 때 먹으면 좋을 것 같아요. 로안이 아주 좋아할 것 같아요. 조금 있다 비가 올 것 같아요.
What expression can you find in these sentences in common? Yes, 것 같아요. So, 것 같아요, 것 같아요, 것 같아요 is the expression to convey the speaker's surmise about a certain situation. As you may have already noticed, when 것 같아요 is added to a verb stem, it is like the speaker's guessing something about a past event, whereas when it's added to an adjective stem, the speaker's guessing something about that's happening now. So, 존이 어지러운 것 같아요. Here, 어지럽다 is an adjective that means to be dizzy and it requires irregular conjugation. And here, 니은것 is attached. As 어지럽다 is an adjective, 존이 어지럽다 is happening now, and the speaker is guessing that John is feeling dizzy now. On the other hand, with the sentence 존이 맥주를 많이 마신 것 같아요, we see the 니은 것 같아요 is added again, but in this case, 마시다 is a verb meaning to drink. So the speaker is making a guess that John has already had a lot of beer to drink. In other words, the speaker is guessing about something already happened in the past. Then how can the speaker make a guess about a current event using verbs? Well, that's easy. It's done by simply adding 는 것. Here, 존이 음료수를 찾는 것 같아요. 찾다 is to look for, and it is a verb, and 는 것 is attached, which means the speaker is guessing that John is looking for a drink right now. Now, I'd like to direct your attention to something. The dictionary form of 끓일 should be 끓이다, which means to boil or to cook by boiling. So if we erase the stem 끓이, 리을 것 같아요 is left. Can you guess what this 리을 is for? Can you think of any endings that have 리을 in it? Some of you may say 을 거예요, and if so, that's fantastic. Here, 을 is used to show that the action indicated by the preceding verb is going to happen in the future. We've also learned that this 을 may indicate the speaker's assumptions about a current fact as well. So when 을 것 같아요 is used, the sentence indicates that speaker is making a guess about either something that will happen in the future or something happening now. You can easily tell whether it's about the future or the present by the context, so you don't have to worry about that. But then, what's the difference between 을 것 같아요 used related to the current event and 은 것 같아요 used to indicate the speaker's assumption about the present situation? Well, 을 것 같아요 is usually used when the speaker is guessing merely based on a vague or indirect foundation, whereas 은 것 같아요 is used to make a guess with confidence based on a strong proof. You see here, 을 것 같아요, it literally means that the speaker is guessing a guess. It may sound like a play on words, but it might be easier to remember it if you think of it this way. why does the speaker use the expression related to assumption twice? I guess to emphasize that it's just a guess. Let's take a look at an example. 이 음식은 맛있는 것 같아요. 이 음식은 맛있을 것 같아요. In the first sentence, the speaker may already be familiar with this specific type of food, but would rather not want to give a definite opinion, or maybe he or she just wants to be polite or demure. In English, it would be like saying, I think maybe this food tastes good. On the other hand, the second sentence is simply a guess on the speaker's part. It's like saying, I'm guessing this food will taste good. Alright, now, keeping this information in mind, please pause the video for a moment and try to say the sentences shown on the screen aloud in Korean, and then replay the video to check your answers. 아람이가 음식을 많이 차린 것 같아요. 존이 어지러운 것 같아요. 존은 맥주를 많이 마신 것 같아요. 카이는 불고기를 많이 먹은 것 같아요. 어제는 눈이 많이 온 것 같아요. 이 꽃은 향기가 좋은 것 같아요. 저기 있는 사람이 아람이인 것 같아요. 카이는 주방에 있는 것 같아요. 카이가 빵을 굽는 것 같아요. 로한이 빵을 기다리는 것 같아요. 존은 음료수를 찾는 것 같아요. 지금 밖에 비가 오는 것 같아요. 카이가 뜨거운 수프를 끓일 것 같아요. 추울 때 먹으면 좋을 것 같아요. 로한이 아주 좋아할 것 같아요. 조금 있다 비가 올 것 같아요. Good job! Now, in order to practice, please repeat after me out loud. 아람이가 음식을 많이 차린 것 같아요. 존이 어지러운 것 같아요. 존은 맥주를 많이 마신 것 같아요. 카이는 불고기를 많이 먹은 것 같아요. 어제는 눈이 많이 온 것 같아요. 이 꽃은 향기가 좋은 것 같아요. 저기 있는 사람이 아람이인 것 같아요. 카이는 주방에 있는 것 같아요. 카이가 빵을 굽는 것 같아요. 로한이 빵을 기다리는 것 같아요. 존은 음료수를 찾는 것 같아요. 지금 밖에 비가 오는 것 같아요. 카이가 뜨거운 수프를 끓일 것 같아요. 추울 때 먹으면 좋을 것 같아요. 로한이 아주 좋아할 것 같아요. 조금 있다 비가 올 것 같아요. Okay, let's go on page 184 and solve the questions there to review what we've learned today. Number 1. Choose the right picture. 어제 로한이 먹은 것은 불고기예요. 먹다 to eat is a verb, so 로한이 먹은 것, while 로한 is eating. It says it is a 불고기, so picture number 2 best describes the sentence. Next, 추울 때 먹으면 좋을 것 같아요. 추울 때 먹으면 으면 indicates that the preceding clause is the condition for the following clause. So if you eat something when it's cold out, 좋을 것 같아요. It will be great. In picture number 4, Hitomi's thumb is up while thinking of cold weather. So picture number 4 would be the answer. Now question number 2. Complete the sentence. Choose from the list. Number 1. 카이가 뜨거운 수프를. 끓이다 is to cook by boiling something. 끓이다 is a verb. So 은 것 같아요, 는 것 같아요, 을 것 같아요. All can be attached. 카이가 뜨거운 수프를 끓인 것 같아요. It seems that Kai made hot soup. 카이가 뜨거운 수프를 끓이는 것 같아요. I think Kai is making some hot soup now. 카이가 뜨거운 수프를 끓일 것 같아요. I think Kai will be making some hot soup soon or shortly. Number 2. 존은 돼지고기로 을 좋아해요. 요리하다 is to cook, which is a verb, and it seems to mean that John likes dishes made with pork. So, 은 것 would be the answer. 존은 돼지고기로 요리한 것을 좋아해요. What if 는 것 were also in the list? Then that could also be an option, but the meaning would be different. 조는 돼지고기로 요리하는 것을 좋아해요. John likes to cook with pork. Number 3. 로한이 아주. 좋아하다 is a verb, so again, all three endings can be used here. 로한이 아주 좋아한 것 같아요. It seems that 로한 really liked it. 로한이 아주 좋아하는 것 같아요. It seems that 로한 really likes it. 로한이 아주 좋아할 것 같아요. I think 로한 will like it very much. Number 4. 로한이 빵을. 기다리다, to wait. Again, it's a verb. 로한이 빵을 기다린 것 같아요. It seems that 로한 waited for the bread. 로한이 빵을 기다리는 것 같아요. It seems that 로한 is waiting for the bread. 로한이 빵을 기다릴 것 같아요. I think 로한 will wait for the bread in the future. Number 5. 어제는 눈이 많이. 오다, it's a verb, and 어제 is incorporated in the sentence, meaning yesterday. So the assumption would be that the event being referred to happened in the past. In that case, 은 것 같아요 will be the answer. 어제는 눈이 많이 온 것 같아요. Number 6. 조금 있다 비가. 조금 있다 means shortly, referring to the near future. So 을 것 같아요 should be attached to 오다. 조금 있다 비가 올 것 같아요. Number 7. 조는 맥주를 많이. 마시다 is to drink and it's a verb, so any of these endings can be used, depending on the tense. Let's suppose that Hitomi is worrying about John because she thinks that John is drinking beer too much right now. Then what would be the appropriate expression for that? 조는 맥주를 많이 마시는 것 같아요. Number 8. 어제 로한이 은 불고기예요. The word 먹다 is a verb, but should be placed before 은, which is a topic marking particle. In other words, this 먹다 should be used as a noun, and remember that we are speaking about the past tense as we can see by the use of 어제. 은 것 meets all the criteria. So, 먹은 것. 어제 로한이 먹은 것은 불고기예요. Good job! Now page 185. Question number 3. Choose the right word and write it. Please give it a try by yourself first and then check your answer. 운동하다, 겨울, 아프다, 동전, 나무, 듣다, 은행, 바다. Question number 4. Complete the sentence using the suggested words. You can make your own sentences. Please try to create as many sentences as possible using the expressions shown here. I'll just give you one possible answer, but there can be many more. If you feel like unsure about the accuracy of your sentences, please feel free to leave them as comments below and ask our team for proofreading. 아람이는 운동하려고 일찍 일어났어요. Aram woke up early to exercise. 카이에게 전화해야겠어요. I should call Kai. 눈이 내렸으면 좋겠어요. I hope it snowed. 아람이는 가을은 좋아하지만 겨울은 싫어해요. Aram likes fall but doesn't like winter. 카이가 드럼을 치면 사람들이 즐거워할 거예요. Everyone will be delighted if Kai plays the drums. What a good review, wasn't it? Now, let me tell you some of my guesses about my friend, 민지. 민지가 오늘 아침에 등산을 한 것 같아요. 민지가 산에 있는 사진을 봤어요. 지금 저는 민지와 전화를 하고 있어요. 칼로 써는 소리를 들었어요. 민지가 지금은 요리를 하고 있는 것 같아요. 민지가 요리한 음식은 맛있을 것 같아요. 민지가 지금 피곤할 것 같아요. 오늘 민지가 잘 쉬면 좋겠어요. Now it's your turn. Please pause the video for a moment and share your assumptions about something, maybe about how your families are feeling regarding a certain future event. As usual, please use a dictionary if needed and don't limit yourself only to words that you've already learned. Excellent! Today, you learned how to make verbs or adjectives function as nouns in a sentence, and how to make a guess about something that happened in the past, something that's happening right now, or will occur in the future. During the next class, we'll continue to learn the various ways to express assumptions. A new time-related marking particle will be covered as well. I look forward to seeing you guys again then. See you!